Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Thank you for all the support on yesterday's story. And I mentioned at the end of that story that there was a part two. And if you guys wanted it, that let me know and I'll do it. And you guys seem to want it. So I'm going to tell the part two today. Today's story time is directly related to the last one. I'll link it first, link in the description. Watch that first. And yeah, let's get into this. So today's story time takes place exactly 2 weeks after the last story time did. Now, my friend Zach, well, now ex-friend Zach, wasn't very happy with me because I stole my bike back from him and he couldn't sell it for money and make money off it. So yeah, needless to say, Zach was very pissed and he was seeking revenge on me because I fucked him over back and he was not happy about it. So he sent me a message on Facebook. This is where I left off at the last story time. He sent me a message saying, "This isn't over." And I said, "Go fuck yourself." And yeah, I was very much on edge for the next 2 weeks. Very, very just looking over my shoulder all the time, seeing if he was there, because I didn't know what he had planned. I didn't know if he was going to try and rob me again. I didn't know if he was going to try and beat me up or something, I don't know. So I was nervous. So about 2 weeks go by, and now I'm not that nervous anymore, right? 2 weeks had passed since the incident, and I was thinking that, Zach was just all talk. He wasn't going to do anything. But of course, he did something. As soon as I let my guard down, he does something. So 2 weeks after the incident, I was sitting in my room. I'm watching Netflix, just, relaxing in the living room. And I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of hungry. I want food. So I hadn't left my house by myself in 2 weeks because I was really nervous that Zach was going to try and jump me or some shit. I just didn't trust him. Even at school, I would purposely avoid him in the halls because I didn't know what he had planned. But I was really hungry and I wanted some fast food, so I got on my bike and I left my house by myself. Didn't think much of it. I was like, you know what? Zach's not going to do anything. I'm just tripping for no reason. I'm going to go get some food. So I get on my bike, the bike that I stole back from Zach, and I leave my house. And I go towards this burger restaurant up the street. It was about a mile and a half away, very short bike ride. And I go up there, I park my bike outside, I lock it with the bike lock at the little parking station there. I go inside, I eat for about 30, 45 minutes. I leave, and I start biking home, right? Now, everything about this little journey to get food was almost perfect, almost, problem free. But of course, on the way back, Zach had to come along. I was about a mile into my bike ride home, literally down the street from my house pretty much. I was one road away, and I hear a car slowing down behind me. I don't know how the timing was so unlucky, but it was. The car that pulls up behind me was Zach's brother's, and Zach was in the passenger seat, Zach's friend was in the back seat, and Zach's brother was driving. And they stop the car, they put their hazards on, and they get out, and they surround me. And that was it. I thought I was dead. I was like, oh, this is it. They're going to beat the shit out of me. I'm going to get jumped here, and my bike's going to get stolen again. This is it. And Zach starts talking. He's like, oh, perfect. We were just going to your house. How convenient that you're out on the street for us. And I was like, what do you want, dude? He's like, I want my bike back. I was like, your bike? This shit's mine, dude. You fucking stole it. It's my bike. No, you're not getting it back. And he goes, what did I tell you? I told you this shit wasn't over. And I was like, cool. You trying to sound like a villain or something? Yeah, okay, you got me. What do you want? He was like, you know what I want. Give me the fucking bike and make this easy. If you don't give it to us, we're just going to take it from you. And you won't like that option. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not giving it to you. And they start surrounding me closer. They all kind of move in on me. And I look at Zach's brother. And Zach's brother is 18 or 19 years old. I'm a minor still. If this dude punches me, he goes to fucking jail. So I look at him and I'm like, are you really about to hit me? I was like, you really want to jump me with your little brother? Because if you hit me, you go to jail. You know that, right? And he goes, I can't go to jail if you can't talk. And in my head, I'm like, holy shit, that's evil. That is a horrible thing to say. He was just basically, saying that he's going to punch my fucking teeth out. But I can't lie. Inside, I am completely shitting myself. I am absolutely terrified because I'm about to get my ass beat, and it's going to be by 3 people. Zach, Zach's friend who I'd never seen before, and Zach's older brother. And it was not a fair fight. They were all taller than me at the time because I was still a kid and not even done with puberty. And also all older than me. I can't speak for Zach's friend, but he was definitely taller than me and looked older than me. But yeah, Zach was older than me by a little bit, and Zach's brother was way older than I was. So not a fair fight in the slightest. Even if they were my age, 3v1 is not fair. So I just try and make peace. I'm like, look, guys, I'm not trying to continue this. Can we just go our separate ways and not talk to each other anymore? And I keep my bike, and you guys, I won't snitch on you or anything. You can just go your separate way and we'll just be good. And I was stuttering like a motherfucker because I was a little bit nervous. And Zach steps up to me and he goes, "No, we can't do that. I want your bike. I want it now. Hand it over or we're taking it from you and jumping you. So your choice." So me being a stupid kid, I decided to run. Yeah, dude, I was standing there with my bike next to me. I jumped on the pedals and I took off as fast as I possibly could, riding as fast as I could away from them. And I almost fucked up. Like, taking off on the bike, it took me a second to get some speed. So when they took off running at me, they pretty much had me in their range of grasp. And Zach's brother went to dive and grab the seat to stop me. And he missed and he fell. And when he fell, Zach kind of tripped over him. And they basically just fucked each other up and gave me a moment of time to get some speed going. It was the luckiest thing in the world. So I get going pretty fast after this. They get up, they're chasing me, they're right behind me. You know, I had a little bit of a head start because they tripped, but still, they were not anywhere far away from me. They were very close. And I'm going as fast as I can back to my house, and they're chasing me on foot. And they give up about halfway through and run back to their car because, you know, they figured if they went back to the car, they could chase me a lot easier. And the time it took them to run back to their car, I biked as fast as I possibly could down my neighborhood road into my house. I made it to my house without them behind me. I get inside, I lock all the doors, I lock all the windows as fast as I can. And just as I lock the last door, I hear banging on my front door. And I look in the driveway, and there they are, parked up, posted up in my driveway, slamming on my front door, yelling at me to come out. Now, thank fuck my brother was home, the same brother that helped me steal my bike back. And he comes out and he's like, "Yo, who's banging on the door?" I was like, "It's the people we took my bike back from." He's like, "What? They're here?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, hold on a second." So he goes up to the door and he unlocks the actual like lock on the door, but leaves the chain part locked. So it opened just a crack, but not all the way. And he speaks to them through it. He's like, "What do you guys want?" And the brother comes up to my brother, and they're both pretty much the same age. And he goes, "Your little brother stole something from mine. We need it back." And then my brother speaks up. He's like, "Actually, your little brother stole something from mine, and we took it back because it was rightfully ours. So why don't you leave my property, and we go our separate ways? Otherwise, we're going to have a problem." And Zach's brother gets real close to the door and starts yelling through it. He's like, "I'm not fucking going anywhere. Give me that fucking bike." And he's trying to push through the door. But, you know, there's still a lock on it, so it doesn't open all the way. And my brother just slams the door shut and locks it again so that it can't be opened. And I'm sitting there looking at him, and he's looking at me. And he's like, "You know what? I have an idea. Follow me." So I follow my brother into the garage. And in the garage, we had this box of pool stuff, like floaties and squirt guns and, like, pool chemicals and stuff for, like, treating the pool. And my brother opens it and pulls out 2 of these giant squirt guns. And he's like, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" I'm like, "You want to spray them with water?" He goes, "Nah, even better. Let's spray them with maple syrup." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Okay, why not?" Now, I don't know if you have ever gotten that shit on your hands. I'm sure you have if you've ever eaten pancakes or waffles, but that shit's really sticky, and it takes like 2 washes to come off. So, yeah, I don't know. I was like, fuck it. I'll go with my brother on this one. Let's do it. So we filled these 2 little squirt guns with fucking pancake syrup, and we opened the kitchen window that looks out onto our porch, and we just start spraying these fucking dudes with maple syrup. And I will always remember, like it's yesterday, Zach's older brother's reaction. He goes, "What the fuck is this shit?" And he starts screaming like a little fucking girl. He starts screaming. He's like, "Ah, ah, ah." He was making it sound like we were spraying acid on him or something. It was literally just pancake syrup. And of course, Zach starts freaking out too, and so does his friend. And they run away real fast. They were not standing there for long to put up a fight. They ran away after like a few seconds of getting sprayed by this shit. And they run away out of sight, and they did not come back. Needless to say, we won the war. Like, we won the battle and the war. I got my bike back, and they got doused in fucking sticky-ass maple syrup, and they never came back. And yeah, they were gone. Didn't see them again, and me and my brother had some amazing laughs, to say the least. But yeah, guys, moral of the story is, if someone comes banging at your door threatening to hurt you or something, probably should just call the cops. Don't spray them with a squirt gun full of maple syrup like I did, because that's pretty stupid. But luckily, in my situation, it worked. But I got very lucky, so if you're ever in a situation like that, just call the cops and let them handle it. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. I thought it was a pretty crazy one and a pretty good part too. So if you enjoyed this, leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
No, it won't change. Try to show love, you a fake ass bitch. If you wanna pull up, we can fade that shit. Look, don't touch, yeah, I hate that shit. Heard you got a new song, never played that shit.